those days where you just don't have any get up and go. I feel like today's one of those days for me. So I'm wearing my coffee needs coffee shirt. I'm wearing my coffee needs coffee shirt because that's my mood today. But you are here for the fashion, and we're going to talk about two really pretty, really amazing collections today. One is Sarah Rae Vargas Fashion to Figure, and the other one is the Girl with Curves collection. That's the reason why this episode's going up so late, is because I was waiting for the Girl with Curves collection to drop so I could give you prices, all the pictures, and just go over the entire collection with you. It did not go live until 9 a.m. Pacific time this morning, so that's why this is up super late. It's gonna take me a long time to edit. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna start with the Sarah Rae Vargas collection with Fashion to Figure. This is definitely the more, I would say, affordable collection that we're gonna talk about today. I say affordable because affordable is really relative, and there are some pieces that I think are a little bit on the higher end side. I really do like Fashion to Figure. There used to be a Fashion to Figure in the town where my parents live, and they just don't have a store there anymore. And it was good quality clothes, but it wasn't, I would say they were Lane Bryant quality clothes, but with a better price point. And so I just think that was it. They were good. I like them. The only criticism I have about this collection with Sarah Rae Vargas is that it only goes up to a size 24. So if you're a size 26, 28 like I am, you can't wear any of the like bottoms. I could maybe get away with wearing a dress, and probably I'm a little bit smaller on top, so I could probably get away with wearing some of the tops. But it's like, really, a size 24, like 26, 28 is just like, it's just outside of that range. And why not, like, this could have been the collection that kind of launched the size extension. And I don't know, like, you know, maybe it was just a capacity, maybe they didn't have the capacity to do that, I don't know. But it would have been really nice. So that's my only caveat about the collection. I do think, so here's the 80s baby off the shoulder faux leather dress. This is $79.95. I actually think this is a pretty good piece. I think it is very 80s inspired. It kind of gives me Milk Money vibes. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's kind of a cute movie about how these boys like save up their lunch money to buy some time from a sex worker. And just kind of it's kind of a sweet coming of age story, and it's kind of nice. It is very dated. It probably didn't age very well as far as like wokeness goes, but this dress I think is very pretty and very on brand for Sarah Rae Vargas. Sarah Rae Vargas is very like sex positive and body positive, which I think is great. I think that's a great thing. It's not a piece I would wear myself. It's just not really my vibe, but I can see somebody wearing this like to a club, or, you know, doing a, maybe even turning this into like, I mean, I don't know, like maybe like, what am I trying to say? I can see someone wearing this to the club. I can see them wearing it to like maybe even like a red carpet event, something like that. You know, it's just not my vibe. Same thing goes for this Tony Who tiger print sweater dress. I like the pattern. This isn't a pattern I want to wear all over. For me, animal print is better as like an accent or like an accessory. I just don't like wearing animal print all over. But if you wanted to make a statement, this is definitely a statement dress. So this is the How Cute Are We LBD, the little black dress. I love this dress. It's $64.95. I don't think that's a bad price for this. I think that when you're talking about these sort of like really intricate, kind of soft, feminine look dresses, they are a little bit harder to manufacture because the material is so much more delicate. So $64.95, you know, plus it's a little bit more expensive because it's a collaboration, so I kind of understand. But at the same time, I feel like you could find something very similar at like Shein. It's not going to be probably the same quality because I do think Fashion to Figure is probably maybe 2 pegs up from Shein or like Forever 21. That's just my personal opinion. So, you know, you could take it or leave it. This is the J Baby satin wrap dress, $64.95. I do think that this one is priced correctly because it's satin. Satin is notoriously hard to work with. I do like it. I wish that there would have been a more like stiff lining in the dress to give it a little bit more structure. But I understand why. Like if you're going for the satin look, you maybe don't want to do that. Sorry. You maybe don't want to do that because you're trying to go for that flowy, really soft, kind of like almost bedroom look. I get that. So this is the Self-Employed Color Block Belted Duster and the Gold Digger Button Detail Flare Pants. I am not in love with the pants. I think, I don't love the kind of like scuba pant look. I don't like it. These are basically like leggings with a button detail. I don't, I don't like it. The duster is fine. I don't know. I think dusters are, I don't think dusters are that inspired. I just don't think that they're really something you need in your wardrobe. Like if this would have been a cute cropped cardigan or a like cool moto jacket or something like that, that would have been super cute. But that's just my personal aesthetic. I'm just not vibing with that particular piece. This is the oh wait. Hold on. This is the Sarah Rae All Day Black High Rise Triple Button Skinny Jeans. So she's wearing that in that corner left hand. Okay, so next to the lingerie. Black jeans, like cool. I don't know. Like I think black jeans are cool, but I don't know. And then Mrs. Louis G, the lace lingerie bodysuit. I do think this is kind of cool. I don't know that I would necessarily wear this by itself as like a top or anything like that, but underneath like a camisole that just kind of had the peekaboo of the lace or something like that, or just in private. This is something that, you know, kind of makes you feel a little bit sexy, a little bit empowered. Like I think that that's awesome. This is the Nala Ray's zebra print sweater dress, $64.95. I don't think this is priced correctly. I think this is way overpriced. It's like a cotton dress. It's a sweater dress. It's not anything groundbreaking. There's no reason for it to be. This one, the Lango fringe sleeve sweater dress, is $69.95, and I hate it. I hate it so much. So if you were a performer, then this would be great. If you were somebody who was going out and like if you were performing on stage, like if you were a country rock star, this would be a perfect dress for you. But a regular person, and the thing that makes me upset about this is that this isn't meant for everyday life. This is meant for Instagram pics. This is for the gram. This is a $70 for the gram dress. And I'm not about that life. No. Sarah Vargas, you know better? No. This is ridiculous. And again, this is something that like you would wear maybe you would wear out, but can you imagine trying to like dance in this and you just be like hitting everybody and like smacking someone, and every time you moved your hand like it would get in your drink? Like just no. I'm a 35-year-old lady who does not have time for that. Doesn't have time for it. This is the Sarah Rae off-the-shoulder button detail top in $39.95, and then this is the Gina Marie button detail pencil skirt, $39.95. These two pieces together, I actually like them better apart. I would rather see this pencil skirt with like a cute camisole and like a cropped cardigan or the off the shoulder button detail top with like a bodysuit underneath. I mean, that's just how I would wear it. And then like the black jeans, maybe. Like, I feel like the two together are just a little too matchy matchy. But, but the part of me that loves consistency and like just visual, it is very visually soothing to kind of see the gold buttons line up. And I do appreciate that they do line up directly, because if they didn't, it would drive me crazy. So, aesthetically, as like fashion, I like them better separately, but I do appreciate the symmetry of this. Okay. Okay, so my overall thoughts on the Sarah Rae Vargas collection is that it's somewhere in between affordable and accessible. It's a little bit on the higher end side, a little bit pricier than normal fashion and figure, but again, because it's a collaboration, I get it. And I know that she probably really pushed them to use higher quality products or higher quality materials to make sure that you were getting a good experience, because nobody wants their name on something that's going to rip in the first, like 2 days or something. So I'm sure that she pushed them to use higher quality materials, which drives up cost. And then, of course, they have to pay the collaborator as well. I think it's a smart collection. I don't think you need everything from it. I think that there's probably maybe one or two pieces in that collection that might appeal to certain people. I think she did a really good job, though, of mixing in everyday sort of like wearable pieces with sort of glam for the gram pieces, like the faux leather dress and the fringe dress. I hate the fringe dress, but I do think it is smart. I think that a lot of people are going to buy that just to be able to take Instagram pictures and like promote it. So I can see, I can just see the fringe like getting into like mustard or ranch or something. Like, you're just out. Like, can you imagine wearing that on a first date? Don't wear that on a first date. Just please don't do it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? It would have been cuter if it would have been like fringe, maybe like braided detail down the shoulder and then like a little bit of fringe, just controlled fringe. It shouldn't, like, this is wild fringe. I don't, just controlled fringe. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about the collection I'm the most excited about. I do, no shade, no tea to Sarah Rae Vargas. I think that it was smart. However, I am so Girl with Curves. If you don't know who she is, she has an amazing blog. She's from my hometown, San Jose, California. Go Sharks! She is just, she has the most amazing aesthetic, and she started off as a blogger. She's done collaborations with, it's my most popular video where I reviewed her collaboration with Lane Bryant. And she now has her own line. This is the Girl with Curves collection, like her fall winter collection. And I am really excited about it, but this is what you would call high end. This is high end pricing. There's no way around it. This is not your everyday pieces. These are things that like you really have to love it if you want to purchase it, because they are made in the United States, so they're made in San Francisco, and they, which means higher labor costs, higher production costs, all of those things. But at the same time, you're supporting American jobs. So if you do live in the United States and you want to support American jobs, this is a great way to do it. Also, they're sourcing better quality materials, and all of that costs money. So most of the time, when big brands like Lane Bryant or Fashion to Figure or whoever come out with, $60-$70 price range, I kind of give them the side eye, because I know they're not sourcing like the best quality materials. I think that Girl with Curves definitely did source the best materials. Just looking at the materials, you can tell that these are luxe pieces. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, this is the custom button trench, and this is $159. The reason I say you can tell this is a luxe fabric is the way the light is reflecting off of it, and the sort of the contrasting detail. There's like a light and like in the kind of chesticle area, you can see kind of like a two-toned difference. And usually, not bad fabrics, but lesser quality fabrics, when you try and belt them like this, they bunch up very like strangely. They just kind of, they don't look great. It's more of like a crunch than a belt than a it's more of a crunch than a cinch. And this is definitely cinching beautifully and laying beautifully. So that means the hem is weighted perfectly. That means that the buttons are spaced just correctly. This looks amazing. Would I purchase a $159 trench coat? No, because I don't need it. However, if I so let's put it this way. In my current self, no. If I was a rich lady, yes, I would buy the entire collection. If I was a rich lady, if money was not an issue, I would buy this entire collection. So this is the denim full skirt with tie. It is $99. This one I'm not as impressed by, because I think denim is pretty affordable material. I don't think you necessarily need to charge $100 for a skirt. I feel like it's just not special enough for that price point. I feel like you can get a very similar look from a place like Lane Bryant or from Old Navy, any of those kinds of places, or even Torrid. I feel like I want there to be, if I'm going to pay that much money, if I'm going to invest, if it's going to be an investment piece, I want there to be something amazing and special about it that like no one else has. Because $100 is worth almost an entire day of work for me. So that means I would have to I would have to work an entire day to buy this skirt. And to me, when I look at it, it's not worth a day of my life. This is the tailored A-line jacket. This is $189. Again, very beautiful, very well put together. I think the color is amazing. I don't think it's worth $189. I know coats are very expensive and you're going to keep them for a really long time. So, like, my mom bought me this beautiful kind of purpley blue pea coat from Lane Bryant that I am so grateful for, and I know it was super crazy expensive that she bought it, and she should not have bought it, Mom. That's too expensive. But she bought it, and I still have it. She bought it for me over like 4 years ago, and I still have it, and I wear it every winter, and I love, love, love that thing. So it's a longer one, and so having kind of the option of like a shorter one would be nice. I do love this color, but at the same time, $189 is just, I would have to think really long and hard about, well, how often am I going to wear this? How often would I need it? If I lived in a colder climate, like if I lived maybe in, northern Washington state instead of, northern Oregon, then maybe it would be a little bit worth it because it's just snow so much more there. But where I am, I'm really dealing more with rain than with snow during the winter, so it just really depends. This is beautiful. This is a custom print chiffon dress for $119. Now, I love this. I love the print. I love the fabric. I don't love the structure of it. It's just an empire waist, and then it's kind of like it reminds me of a granny dress. I don't love it. What I wish they would have done instead would be to make it instead of the full skirt on the bottom, to just make it a shorter dress. To make it a shorter dress and make it so that it was, I don't know, either make it shorter or make it so that it was just kind of a maxi dress that flowed all the way down. I don't think adding that sort of false hem with like kind of I think it looks like curtains. Like it looks like a curtain duster. and I don't want to spend $119 to look like curtains, and I'm not about this. This is very cute. This was so when they announced the prices, the range was going to be from $29 to $189. I suspected that this scarf was going to be the $29 one. I think the Girl with Curves logo is really cute. I think the scarf is really cute. Would I pay $29 for a scarf? I mean, if I was in the market for a scarf, I don't think that's bad, but I'm just not because I just don't wear them that often. If you love scarves and you're just a scarf lover, then this might be a really good option. Now, this dress I am actually I do like. It is the gold button shirt dress. It's $139. Um, I like this dress. I don't love it. I think it's, again, a great staple item, a great staple piece, but it just isn't, it's not special enough to be a $139 dress. I would say this should have been priced around, if it was priced around the $75 to $85 range, I could definitely see myself kind of forking over the money for that, because there is a lot of value in just having a beautiful black dress that goes. I would much prefer the LBD dress from the Sarah Vargas collection though to this dress. So, and then there's also Girl with Curves graphic tee for $39. I so like when I think about a $39 shirt, I think about the Macklemore song, the thrift store, where he's like $50 for a shirt. That's some like, he's basically saying that's some like BS, you know, like that's just like crazy. That's a company getting over on you. And I feel like that's kind of what this is, even though this is only like $40, $39 for a shirt, not 50 like the song says. It's still kind of the same thing. Like if I'm going, I do think it is good marketing, because Girl with Curves is both the name of the company, but it's also kind of like a statement where you're saying, "Hey, I'm a girl with curves, and like I'm present, I'm here, you know, I'm out in the world." Like I get that, but at the same time, like I don't know if that's worth $40. Maybe if I felt it, it would be different. They do have a sweater that is Girl with Curves. It's a blue with sort of some red writing. I kind of like this better, even though it is $69, so it's $70. But the material on this does look very luxurious. It looks like kind of like Supima cotton looks, because it has that sort of sheen. And I really do like that. I think what I will probably do is I will wait and see if at the end of the season, like if there's any sales, or maybe like waiting for Black Friday. However, there is some danger in doing that, because a lot of the Girl with Curves collection at Lane Bryant sold out like I think almost on the same day. Some of the nicer pieces. There was a beautiful blue and gold like dress that they had that sold out very, very quickly. I just didn't even have the chance to buy it. And again, it was in that like $100 price range, so it was not really accessible. And you know, I just don't think, I don't think that plus size indie brands really understand their market. So I feel like if you want to, well, maybe I'm wrong, because I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that this collection is going to sell out. I think most of the pieces are going to sell out. I think the Sarah Rae Vargas collection, I think that faux leather dress is going to sell out. And honestly, I think the fringe dress is going to sell out, even though I don't like it. I think that appeals to a mass market. So, I mean, do I think that these are good collections? I think they're good collections in each their own way. I think that they're both probably pretty good quality, especially the Girl with Curves one. And again, I don't see Sarah Rae Vargas like approving something that isn't good quality. I just don't. She's a very honest reviewer. I love her channel. She's a really good YouTuber. I love watching her videos. She's super funny. Girl with Curves, if you go to her blog. The aesthetic is just beautiful, and it's just a very sort of like calming vibe. And I think it's very West Coast. It's very San Francisco. It's very Silicon Valley, where everything is kind of curated and beautiful, and you know, but at the same time, these are very luxe pieces that are made to last, and I do appreciate that. If I was in the market for staple pieces, I would definitely be, I'd have my credit card out. Right now, I'm not in the market for staple pieces because I don't know how my style is going to evolve. I'm kind of in like the middle of this sort of style renaissance where I'm kind of drifting more and more towards more casual pieces, a bit more fun and punchy sort of things. But that doesn't mean I don't love a good, that doesn't mean I don't love a good staple piece, and I do. I think that these are kind of like two very different collections meant for two very different demographics, but I do think that they will serve both of those demographics really well. So let me know in the comments down below what you liked, what you didn't like, if you agree with me, if you think I'm crazy, and let me know if you are someone who just really loves either one of these, and if if you have something from Girl with Curves collection from Lane Bryant, if you're someone who loves Sarah Rae Vargas, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And in case you're wondering, I did film this look. I'm gonna have it up on my Instagram stories probably next week. All right, lovelies, I will talk to you soon, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.